This episode was recorded before the murder of George Floyd and the protests demanding that our Black Lives Matter. Although I could have released 100 more episodes on why our lives matter and why I'm angry, I'm choosing another way to protest, which is to share Black joy. This episode is another Sister to Sister where I and my guest, the lovely Ayanna, love up on each other and show the beauty that is Black sisterhood. Now please enjoy episode 27 of the Oasis podcast, Sister to Sister, the Tea. Welcome back, everyone, to the Oasis podcast. Thank you all for joining us again. I hope that you all are well and keeping yourself healthy and the immune system up. Today, I'm very excited to have on a special guest for you all. We've been trying to plan this for some time, so I'm happy we are here. We're getting to do this, so please introduce yourself to the listeners.
Hey, everybody. Hey, it's your girl, Ayanna. How y'all doing? Happy Saturday. I'm so happy to be here. I'm excited. I've been waiting to get on the podcast.
So tell everybody a little bit about yourself, because I've been telling people all the time, I know some dope-ass folk.
Thank you.
Go ahead and share.
Okay, a little bit about myself. I am an author, a writer, a poet, spoken word artist. I host poetry events out of Brooklyn. I've been writing for over 15 years, and I'm a self-published author of a collection of poetry entitled Before There Were Guns, There Were Gods, available wherever you will buy a book and can buy a book. And I'm working on some juicy, exciting, suspense-filled novels. It's a trilogy, and so I hope to be releasing the first one this year, entitled Half of What You See, The Scars of Love. And I'm a mental health professional by day. I work for the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene and do some stuff there. I am an advocate for all things Black.
Okay.
I like my girl Issa said, I'm rooting for everything Black. I'm just a real down-to-earth Brooklyn chick, fun girl, Gemini. You can find me on social media. I'm all on my page, and I do a lot of silliness. But that's me in a nutshell. I'm a writer. I'm a poet. I'm a lover of people. And I'm a lover of Brooklyn. And that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
All right, girl.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
I'm happy to have you. I feel, well, on the personal level, you know, now we be having our personal moments, little sister to sisters, when we be at work and all this other stuff. And so I was, of course, this was a no-brainer to have you on the podcast. And we came to this, I guess, topic. We're always playing around what topic we should do, right?
Yes.
And during this quarantining, we've been experiencing some things. And after I released my last Sister to Sister with Miss Keish, you heard it, and then you was like, girl.
I'm telling you, I got tea. I don't know how much tea I'm going to put out there today, but listen.
Whatever you're comfortable with. Listen, I'm here for it. But before we even get into that, for your listeners, so we're doing another Sister to Sister. And the premise of the Sister to Sisters, like I mentioned prior with Ms. Keish, is it's supposed to be therapeutic in some sense, right? Having connection with our fellow women, right? It's always shown in media how women are so catty and we don't get along and all this other nonsense, when that is not the case, right? There are groups of women, tons of women, who feed off of each other, grow with each other, and are here to help each other become the best women that they can be, right? And so that is the goal of the Sister to Sisters, and it's to touch on and share, you know, aspects of their lives, but also for us to leave the women who are listening to the podcast with some gems that they can apply for themselves.
Beautiful. I'm here for that.
Yes.
I'm all for it. I think women have saved my life. So I don't subscribe to that notion of like women can't support women and uplift women. I've only known powerful and strong women in my life that have uplifted me and held me. So I'm down for it. All right, sis.
Okay. So before we get in, just how you been? You know, we've been experiencing this coronavirus and just checking in with folks. How you been?
Thank you for the check-in. I've been maintaining. I am blessed to have everything that I need and want. Like I'm not, you know, in any type of dire situation. I'm healthy, you know, cabinets stacked. I'm fortunate to have employment that wasn't interrupted or ended in this moment. So I'm first and foremost grateful at the position I'm in. My family is healthy, but in, you know, juxtaposed to all that gratefulness and thankfulness to the Creator for us being okay, I've experienced some loss. I lost a couple of people. I'm not able to connect with family and friends the way that I normally do, and that's difficult for me. So this is just a real time of a lot of confusion, a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, and I'm just trying to navigate through it. And then still have to show up for work and be those things to people at work, which is sometimes frustrating and annoying. So I sit in that place sometimes.
Right.
But for the most part, I'm cool. I'm good. And I try to tap into my faith. I try to be still and let God do what he do, because I can't do it. You know, only God can. And so that's the place that I show up in. How are you doing?
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And again, you know, I've already shared this, but my condolences to you.
Thank you.
For those that you've lost. It's been an extremely difficult time, but just like you, I have been blessed to not have a need or want for anything, right? I'm employed. I have a roof over my head. I have food in my fridge and in my cabinets. And so I'm beyond grateful. Family members are healthy. You know, some experienced some sickness, but they got over it. So, you know, I'm beyond grateful. And I can't really complain. And so my heart goes out to those who have lost people, you know, who have just lost a lot in general, you know.
Yeah.
And even if that's it's that semblance of normalcy. I always say this word wrong, but even that, you know, is it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And so
Absolutely.
So jumping in, right? Last episode, Miss Keish sharing, well, that was the part one. Part two's coming out soon. By of course, the time that this episode comes out, it would have been out. And so everyone's going to hear the other half of the nonsense, the conclusion of the nonsense of folks. And that episode was recorded earlier on in the year, right? But then since then, a lot of things have happened. So other episodes were released before the episode because, you know, there were more important things happening. And so,
yes,
on that episode, you know, some exes popped the hell back up.
Ciao.
And that wasn't even everything that happened. That was just the most prominent, but that wasn't even everything that happened. But I know you've experienced some things. I'm gonna let you jump right in. I'll share my 2 cents when that happens. When I need to. Go ahead. But you can go ahead and look at you. She just, if y'all can't see her, but she just shaking her head.
Right. Because I'm like, oh man. All right. I exes. And I have made a joke on Instagram, so I'm gonna tell the joke to the people for you. I have made a joke I had posted up a post like, you know, I just want to lay in the bed, be naked for a couple of hours, eat some good food, have some sex with a man folk. And my caption was like, all right, been there, done that. Now let me get back to me. And then you had dumped on that tea like, I'm jealous. Right. You had gave me the eyes and you was like, I'm jealous. And I was like, girl, I'm like, don't be jealous, sis. Like, backsliding don't count in the Rona. It don't count in the quarantine. Go ahead, call up the peen, do what you got to do. Just stay focused. Don't lose focus. And you was like, nah, child, because that's too risky. And I agree with you. Some people don't need a get back and don't deserve a get back. But I did. I had a little backsliding last week. And I guess I'll tell my tea, honey. Listen, I don't care. It's mine to tell. So I had invited an ex over. And this is somebody who we definitely have bridge on the water under the bridge. And, you know, we can talk about the tragedy of our relationship. And I was with this gentleman for over 7 years. So we have a long history of some shit. Yeah. And if I'm just being real, I'm a single woman. I live alone and I'm human. I'm 33. I'm human. Sis got humanly needs. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know why women don't want to talk about these things, but or people in general. But I'll go there. I am human, and I had humanly needs, and I needed my humanly need handled. And I am not currently talking to somebody new. I'm, there's little remnants of people in my ear, but nothing serious. So I'm single, fully. And I'm like, damn, ain't nobody new gonna slide through in the Rona, because I don't know where you been and I don't know you. We ain't starting nothing new in the quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, who can I go to in my Rolodex? And I had a few flexes, but I wasn't feeling that. I wanted somebody that knew how to get in, get it done. You feel me? Like,
you can't take no chances right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it wasn't no time to play. It wasn't no time to play with it. This was not no, like it was a mission to accomplish with this. And so I decided to hit him up. And I had to be real with myself, because people like to lie to themselves, and I'm people. So sometimes I like to lie to myself. I had to check, my feelings at the door before I allowed him to enter my threshold, because this was a very significant relationship and a significant ex. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, sis, get it together. What do you feel here? What are you doing here? Is this just peen? Is it just quarantine peen? Mm-hmm. Or is there some underlying things that you need to check before he enters the threshold? Because penis can, people sometimes. It get us a little crazy.
For sure.
So I had to sit with, do you want dude back? That was the first question I had to answer for myself. Mm-hmm. Do you want him back in any capacity? And I heard a hell no. And then I was like, all right, so you saying hell no. We'll see when he get up in here. We'll see when shit is cute. When we fall back into comfortable spaces, how you feel. And so he came over and we spent some much needed time. And we were pillow talking. Okay. And he was all open, sis, sprung, nose wide open. I could fall in the nose. Okay. Open. I mean, brother was lunching. You hear me?
He's trying to spark something. So you guys didn't have a pre-conversation about, hey, this is what it's going to be, and only
nah, we ain't had no conversation. It was just come through, slide through.
Okay.
That's how I left it. Slide through. He came through. We twisted up one. We had a little glass of wine. He came with the wine, so he knew what was up. He knew. But there was no conversation about what this was, and so we're here. This is where we're in our afterglow, pillow talking, and homeboy is like, "Damn, I'm just." He said, "You have me open. I am sitting here." Open, and I'm like, damn, this is where I need to be. This is where I want to be. All the shit that they say, after you can put some good stuff on them. And I'm just telling my mess. I'm telling my tea.
Talk your shit. Okay. Talk
my shit. I'm telling truth. This is truth. And, so he's sitting there, just all sprung, honey. And I just wish I could run away, but you take you away. All the shit, all the talks. And honestly, in my spirit, I was like, I gave the dude the side eye. I was like, all right, whatever. I was like, but I know you though. I know you know you. This is not no new sound good type of relationship. I know you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah?
Yeah.
Right. And so he basically asked me right there, like, what is this? What could this be? What are we doing? And usually it's on the flip side. I don't subscribe to gender roles, but usually it's the woman saying, what is this? What can this be? And the fella being ambiguous about the shit. But this time around, he was asking me, and I did not have a response in the moment, because like, damn, in my mind, I was like, this ain't nothing. But I'm not that cold-blooded anymore.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't want to ruin the moment, because it was going to be round 2. I didn't want to fuck that up. So I just was like, wow, that's interesting. That's deep. I hit him with that. That's deep. We could talk about it. I'll think on it. And I left it at that. But internally, I said a prayer, and I said, God, just give me a sign. I said, I don't want him in the way that I had him, but what do I want? Because I didn't know. I really wasn't clear. What do I want? Do I want something new and different? I don't want what I had, but I'm not sure what I want. So God, give me a sign. I literally said that prayer. And now I am a woman of faith. I love the Lord, and I know the Lord loves me. And I tell you, when you work on increasing your faith, shit happens like this.
Yes, it does.
Okay? Confirmation come like this.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to steal a line from the movie Harriet. I don't know if anybody watched the movie Harriet yet, but there is a scene where the woman who befriends Harriet asks her what it's like to hear the voice of God. And she says, sometimes it comes as soft as a whisper, and sometimes it comes as a slap in the face.
Mm-hmm.
So God be slapping me in the face, honey, with confirmation.
I hear that.
Literally, after I said the prayer, my phone, ching, 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 chings. Okay? Now we laying in the bed. We still in the afterglow. We in the ooey gooey afterglow of goodness. And my phone chings, and it's Instagram. And it's this page that followed me for a couple of months. Somebody who I thought was connected to my nephew. My nephew has a clothing line, and the young fellas. So I was like, oh, somebody knows my nephew. So I get a private message on Instagram, and they're like, hey, how you doing? So I'm like, hey, what's up? And brother done fell asleep. He done dropped asleep because he tired. He need to get his energy up. So I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, I don't know this person, but I'm talking to them. And they're like, oh, nothing. I just have a quick question. Yeah, what's up? Do you know so? Asking about the person laying next to me.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
I'm telling you, mess. I'm a writer, and I can't make this shit up. This is my life. I can't even fake this. So I'm like, huh? So I'm like, yeah, I know somebody named, whatever the gentleman's name is. And they're like, oh, okay. Oh, I missed the point. Let me backtrack. I had gotten a pedicure from this man, and I had posted up the picture of my toes on Facebook, okay? And in the picture, you cannot identify who is doing my toes.
Right, at all.
Because I blocked him out. There is literally a tip of that man's thumb in the picture, okay? And I wish you could show the picture so people can see it. But it's a tip of the thumb is like this much, y'all, in the picture. So I had posted that on Facebook earlier in the day, like, oh, at home pedicure. That's all I put.
And me and my fellas, but yeah.
Is he there with you now? I said, who is this? Oh, I'm just asking for my sister Cassandra. My sister Cassandra talked to him. Is he there with you now? I was like, ooh.
What?
Honey? So I said, I'm sorry. Yeah. It keeps going though. That ain't it. It keeps going.
Okay.
So I kindly said, well, I don't know you to tell you who's in my house. I'm not going to offer that information to you. I said, but if your sister is looking for him, your sister should call him.
Right.
I don't owe you any explanation of who I'm with.
Right.
Your sister should call him. They screenshotted my picture from Facebook and zoomed up on the man's thumb. And was like, is this him? Is that him? Is he there with you?
Wait, what?
I can't make this shit up, T.
What? Are you kidding?
I ain't lying.
Wow.
Zoomed up on the picture to the thumb. The thumb. And was like, is that him? Are you there with him? I know that's him. So first of all, now I know it's not a little boy I'm talking to. I know it's the chick.
So it's her.
The fake.
Yeah.
Right. So I hit the block button because I'm the queen of block. I don't even do that. I don't have time for that, honey. Hit the block button on her one time real quick. And I just chuckled. I said, okay, God. I said, you be moving quick.
Hey.
You be moving quick, God.
Wow.
Now, mind you, this fool still sleep right next to me. None the wiser. He comfortable. Okay? My phone chang again. It's Facebook. Okay. So I blocked the profile on Instagram. My phone chings again. It's 2 friend requests from 2 different women on Facebook. One of them, which was Cassie, and she had private messaged me like, are you with so-and-so right now? And I was like, nah, I'm not doing this with you. I didn't even respond. Block for both profiles. So then I tapped him. Hey, wake up, boo. Wake up. Get up. Some people are looking for you. And he's all confused, discombobulated. What you talking about?
Right.
Showed him the message. He's like, oh, man. He just sunk into his skin. He was like, yo, that's crazy. Like, they hit you up. Like, I don't even deal with her no more, blah, blah. He started to explain. I said, you owe me no explanation. At all. I said, you are free to do whatever mess and drama you want to do. Me and you, we aren't doing this. Only thing I ask is that you tell them not. And I'm trying to be cute. I'm trying to act right. So tell them stop hitting me up and tell them to direct that energy towards you. I was like, would you like me to take down my pedicure picture? Because I don't want to I ain't know I was bringing beef to the streets for you.
Right.
He was like, nah. And he sat there like, I have to be honest with you. You didn't have a spot. Then I had to tell him the truth. So I was like, you didn't have a spot. This is what this was. I needed affection. I needed to be held. I needed to be touched. I needed to feel safe enough to allow somebody to do that. And I felt safe enough to allow you to do that. But I don't want you. I don't want you the way you were. And I don't want you how you are now. Clearly, you got some mess with you, brother.
Okay.
And I thank God for reminding me of just how messy your ass can be. So therefore, thank you so much for this moment in time. Appreciate you. Be blessed. Make sure you take your mask and your shoes on the way out. I'm good. But that literally, that backsliding, you have to be clear though with yourself. If you're going to let somebody come back in, because if you cloud it and you get sprung on the old thing, like you want the old thing back, you're going to get caught out there.
Which is a fact. So I have a follow-up question for you. How did he respond to that?
He couldn't argue with it. He couldn't argue it because we had a deeper conversation. It wasn't just that surface, but I basically told him and I addressed the fact that when I left, and we've broken up 2 years ago, just to give you some context. 2 years ago. And when I left, it was nasty, it was ugly, it was not cute. And homeboy didn't do what he needed to do to try and win me back. He settled in his resolve that I was gone. And I was like, I deserve somebody that wants to fight for me, that I am their only option. You decided that there were other options to explore, and therefore I'm good on that. You told me exactly where I stand in your life. And yeah, it feel good. I know it feel right. I'm going to always feel right to you. I'm going to always feel good to you, but I'm not for you.
Right.
And so he couldn't argue with that because it was the truth. And so he had to kind of just have the resolve of like, well, all I can do is try. I said, you can try in vain. I said, you know what? I would love to see. I'd love to see you choose you for you. I'd love to see you do better for you. I'd love to see you become the man that I always thought you could be and always hoped you could be. Right. And if you come back that person and I am still available, perhaps I might consider you. But who you are now, I want nothing to do with. And he just said, okay, and left it at that. Girl, you see my mess? And that happened Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because we had a little 3-day situation. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that happened over 3 days this week. That was this week. That's how my week started.
Oh, wow. So, I'm trying to think in my head. I have so much more tea, and I'm just like, what should I pour right now?
Girl.
Something similar to you, like you and I, we talk about spirituality all the time, about just asking and receiving and being empaths and just like feeling and just like knowing. And it's very important, and you got to be extremely careful. One, what you really think about and give thought to, right? Give that time and energy to in your thought. Because
yes.
Right?
It will manifest. Yes.
Wow. And when you asking and you praying for something, you better be ready, right?
Yes.
For it.
Yes.
And I think that, wow, like this year already has been something quite interesting. The last episode I had with Miss Keish, I was referring to an actual ex. Well, the ex before my current ex. I call it's X squared. I was referring to, but it was so. Oh my gosh, the first 2 months of this year has been so interesting, and I thought, you know what, I don't want no more. Like, Lord, I'm good. And then Corona happened. So, but
ridiculous, right? It's like a 1-2 punch.
Okay, I was like, all right, you want me to sit my ass in the house and just be introspective? I got you. All right, I got it. I had another pop-up. And so in my previous episode, it was sometime last year, and I talked about having a purge energy that I felt that I had within me from this person that I encountered. And it was a person that I was dealing with. It wasn't a boyfriend. It was somebody I just dealt with prior to meeting my current ex. And it was short. It was something that I knew better than to actually engage in. But like what you said, this was at a moment I was vulnerable, and I knew that
weak, girl. The flesh is weak.
Okay, but I was fully aware of what I was doing. I was fully aware that this was not going to be more than what it was. I made that evident. I made that clear to this individual.
Got you.
Because I knew this individual had a lot of things going on with them that I didn't want no parts to, but I wanted their attention, and I made that clear. I only want it for this time period, and that's it.
Got you.
In his mind, he was thinking it was going to manifest into something else, and I had to keep reminding, hey, guy.
True.
It's a tough time for me. You know, I'm thinking about my grandma's birthday, and then it's Thanksgiving's without her, then it's Christmas. I said, I know for this period of time, this is all I need. And we're going through stuff. I'm going through stuff. Let's just be there for each other. And then when it's done, we chucking each other the deuce.
There you go.
Right.
If only it could be that simple.
Child. What I failed to really do is really listen to spirit was telling me to run. Right. And this person, and I also mentioned in several episodes that I feel like the last time I talked about this situation is this is the first person I ever encountered that I felt, this is going to sound so bad, but I felt was like evil. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, they didn't do anything evil to me, but they had
the energy.
Yes. And once they literally entered my life, like at that point, even though I was sad, I still had joy, if that makes sense. Like I still felt happiness. I still felt hope. I still felt, yearning for the future. This person entered my life, and all of a sudden, like I swear, the only way I can picture it is I had the sun shining, and all of a sudden I had this dark cloud.
He's a light sucker. There's a lot of people that suck the light out of you.
Girl, and I know you understand, but I don't know listeners are getting this. Like, and that's exactly how it felt, but I couldn't name it because in my mind I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's because of the time that I'm going through right now.
So you started to second guess the intuition that you immediately had about this guy.
Oh.
Just because you just need,
girl. And literally, I think we interacted with each other for like 2.5 months. And in that 2.5 months, mind you, I spent a good 9 months or so in this beautiful place, right? I got myself into this beautiful space and place. Just interacting with them for this 2.5 months. It took me almost till mid 2019 to really shake that shit off of me. And in that little bit of time, when I tell you this man drained energy, he made me like question so many things that I worked on about myself, and I had to like, to the point I said, no, I'm not doing this. I had to cut this shit just right off. And the minute I cut it off, like things just automatically cleared up, and I realized, oh shit, it was him.
It was him
this whole time.
He was the catalyst of all that bad energy.
He'll go 0 to 100 for little shit. Homeboy was pretty much leeching. He was invite himself over my house, and I don't play. Yeah, girl. And that's the thing.
We don't do that. That happened to me this week too. We don't do that, girl.
I don't just invite anybody over my house, and so when I do, it's thought out. You know what I'm saying? It's very
It's with intention. Your house is your sacred space.
Correct. And he just started inviting himself over. And then when he get over here, he expected me to feed him. Like, like I'm raising some man. He's older than me. Homeboy was touching 40 years old. You should know better than this. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I was like, you know what? I'm a nurturer. So part of it kind of felt good. Right?
Yeah.
And this is when I realized, you're falling into some patterns that you said you did not want to do again.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
And so when I realized that, I started checking it. And then when I checked him on something, like, hey, I need days for myself because you're showing up almost daily. I need time to recenter myself, and I need to do that when people not around. He had the nerve to catch a whole attitude, pick a whole fight with me.
Mm.
And what I was failing to realize is that he was trying to be he was manipulating me. Like,
Absolutely.
I couldn't say he was trying to, because I was hip. I was
right.
like, ooh, I see what you doing here.
Right.
And so I said, no, I'm standing my motherfucking ground. And the minute I started standing my ground, he started switching the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just was like, you know what? I'm good on that. And the minute I ended that whole dynamic, literally, a month and a half later, again, being prayerful, I said, Lord, you know what? I did encounter this thing, but I don't want this person to be the reason why I either give up on finding my person or, you know, change and turn back into something I don't want to be. And then, like, literally, like a month and a half later, almost 2 months later, I ended up meeting my, well, now ex. But I still think that I was still delivered something that I needed. Like, I don't have no ill will with my ex. I literally had a whole conversation with him this morning. We're cool. I'm not that homeboy. I'm talking about my actual ex that we just broke. And I felt like it was the reason why he came into my life. And I feel like I had the most adult breakup with him. So I'm not even mad about that at all. I realized that, two things. That man did not change me. You understand? And I refused. But two, that there were still some things that I needed to work on, but I have grown tremendously. And so I was able to be like, all right, cool, no problem. You know, so I can take that, even though the relationship didn't work out the way I thought, I can take that with me and moving forward. But I gave you all that backstory to say. So now let's fast forward this year. So now it's been a whole about a year now that I haven't spoken to this individual. You know what I'm saying? You know, block, whatever. Don't hit up, whatever the case is. And what's funny is so now my ex squared, the one that popped up, right? We decided, okay, let's take a stab at trying to be friends with each other. So we ended up deciding, hey, let's go have dinner and we can just chat. The same day, the same night, I am getting myself ready. My brain is, you know, doing what it does. And so I'm getting ready to go out and just have dinner with this ex. And I don't know why, but my brain thinks about this person.
He just pops into your mind.
Just randomly, boop. Girl, I kid you not. While I'm getting dressed, getting ready, who hits me up on WhatsApp? This man. And he sends a paragraph apologizing to me.
Sound good. All the words, honey. All the words.
All the words. And I looked at it. I put that phone right on down. I was just like, oh, I know what you're trying to do. But this man is manipulative, period. Like, and that's period. And I'm not a person who throws that word around. I'm not a person who likes to judge people in that way. You know what I'm saying? I always try to say, oh, you know what? Everyone does something for a reason, and everyone, you know, has their own story, their own trauma, and whatever. I really try to come from this lens, but this man,
I think I froze.
He not getting that grace from me because he knows what he's doing. And so, you know, I finished getting myself ready, whatever. And then it's like now probably about an hour or so later, and I read his message and I see it, and he's apologizing. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, I was going through whatever. But you know what it was? And I feel in my gut and my soul, so my spirit automatically told me. Usually someone comes to me and I feel like they're genuine and accountable. I will forgive it, and I would accept it, and I'd be like, cool. It didn't feel genuine. It felt like, oh, let me check. You know how people like to check the temperature with that? Oh, hey,
of course, especially during the Rona. But especially now.
At the time, especially now. But it was right before the Rona.
Right before. Okay. But girl, they need to check back, make sure they still got it. That's it.
Exactly. He was dipping that toe because while we were together, well, not together, but when we was like talking to each other, messing with each other, whatever you want to call it, he and us talking to each other and stuff, he saw how forgiving I was. I was just like a forgiving kind of person. Like I talked about certain things, my family, this, and that, and the third. But also with him, this was actually the second time that him and I were talking to each other, right?
Okay.
What that means is like literally a few months earlier that year, we met through a mutual friend. And we literally just chatted. We had phone conversations, and then we went out on one date, and I was just like, and I forget what happened. We just stopped talking to each other, you know? So this was a second go, right?
Got you.
He came back on some apologetic shit then. And so I was just like, all right.
That's a pattern. That's a pattern.
Exactly. So I was just like, So instead of like, he came all apologetic, oh, you know, I'm sorry, going through some things that, you know what, I shouldn't have, you know, been the way I was to you and this and this and this. And I just like, literally, I was like, okay.
Right.
Like, I honestly, I don't remember exactly everything I said, but I did real poop. And he came back, and then here's the funny thing, right? He was not expecting that response. You can tell by how he responded back. He was not expecting. He was expecting me to be on some I understand type shit, but I gave him straight, nah, buddy. Thanks for the apology, but I'm good. And he was just on some, oh, what? And then this is when he turns back to himself, just like that.
Quick, because they can't hide it. People can't hide themselves.
Exactly. And I just laughed. Like I just laughed. Because what else was there to do? Was like, you too old for this, first of all.
Right.
But I was like, you know what? Go live your life, bro. Like, just leave me alone. Like, and you and I talked about this, about the fact that when you have certain things about your spirit and your energy, people are drawn to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And people will keep coming back if you allow them to drain your shit.
Yep. Drain you till you got nothing left.
So you got nothing left. And I was just like, nah, buddy, it's not happening. And that shit was just crazy. And it just so happened it was the same night that me and my ex went on a date, quote unquote date. But he kept calling it a date, and I told him we're going out to eat.
Right.
Going out to eat.
Right.
And so I ended up sharing that with him too. But it was just so funny because on that same quote unquote going out to eat date with this guy, and again, y'all, this is after me and my broke up. I wasn't in a relationship at this point. We had broken up already. He on some, oh man, you know, I thought that, because he so I ran across this particular ex on dating apps after we broke up, right? And he would continuously have, which he realized made him look hella dumb. And I told him this, you know, when we recounted each other recently, but you sitting here talking so bad about your exes, and he literally put down, oh, I've had crazy X amount of crazy exes, I don't want no more. You're the common denominator, right? And so I was just like, so when I seen, I said, oh, well, you're referring to me as one of those crazy exes. And you know, he's laughing, and I'm like, and so my
ass, right.
By this point, you know, he's already told me about the drama and bullshit he's going through. And again, that's going to be in part 2 if you're not listening to that. But about all his ex being super crazy and all this stuff. I said, oh, so I wasn't, so was I crazy? He's like, nah. Oh, you know, I was in my feelings that time. We were, you know, when we were together, and I thought that, you know, the stuff that you were trying to do for me was crazy and this and that. But yo, these girls out here, oh.
Girl, don't they always use... Girl, ain't it? Yeah, it ain't. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find somebody. You know, like, you know, these girls out here, they mind is different. They mentally different.
Girl, talking all this yin yang. Oh, you know, you were just out here looking out for me. And these girls, you know, they just this, they that. Oh.
Girl, I got one for you. I got told when we were done, I was mad at you because you did too much for me, and I didn't know how to do it for myself.
Ooh, child.
And I was like, damn. You know? First of all, that's real for him to be able to admit. Real. And I said, wow. I said, you didn't do anything for yourself. I did it all. And I'm telling you, when I say all, I did it all. And I was like, yeah, I'm glad that you noticed that you were incapable of being the man.
Girl, like, when I tell you, giving me all kinds of thank you for this and thank you for that. I learned this and I was able to do this after we broke up. And, I really took time to sit down and really process this. And I realized you were there for me. And homie, cleaned up his credit. He's all this shit that he couldn't find the energy or strength to do while we was together.
Hello.
He done did. Oh, that's fine. Like, God bless, because you're supposed to leave people better than you found.
You are.
And so I know I did that, right? And so, he's finally giving me my credit because he refused to do it when we were together, because he had.
Hello.
He did things on his own. Oh, okay. You got it. And so now he give me credit, all kinds of stuff. And now he's seeing, oh man, yeah, it's so difficult when you at this stage or at this point in life and everybody's still doing, oh shit. Oh, welcome to my world. Oh, so now you're seeing how I felt when I was with
Thank you.
Right? Okay. Child.
How the tables turn, honey. How the tables turn.
How they turn.
It's just, it is hard not to, what I've found for women, since we having a sister conversation, being a woman who is a nurturer, being a woman whose natural inclination is to heal, is to love, is to build, is to pour into someone, is learning the discernment of who deserves that.
That word, girl, I had to write that word down when I learned that definition.
Come on.
I meditated on that shit that year I was single. Discernment.
Learning who actually deserves that effort, because there is somebody who deserves that effort, and for me, the one barometer of it is one that he could do it on his own. I don't want a man that I got to build. If you don't come fully assembled, and I've been saying this on every date that I've gone on and recently, like, are you fully assembled? Do you have all your parts? Batteries included? Because I don't have nothing for you. I can't take from me and give you anything.
And I won't.
So you got to be fully assembled when you come around these parts. You got to have all of your pieces working, because I will not build a man if your mama didn't do it for you. If your daddy, your pappy ain't do it, your grandmama.
Okay, if his mama couldn't do it, what makes you think you can?
Thank you. I don't even want to try. Only man I want to build is the man that comes through my womb, my child. That's it. That's it. So seeing that discernment is seeing a man that already has his own, has the initiative and the ingenuity and the mindset to get his own, even if he don't have it, because not everybody got their shit together. That's okay, but people have the mindset to get it together.
And some people need that person who's that catalyst for them, not the doer for them, but to just add that little bit of fire to make them.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I'm ready to build with the man. I'm ready to build with the man. I'm ready to, you got a business plan, you got an idea. Oh, well, let me give you some gems. I'm ready to hold you down. I'm good at holding you down, but I'm not going to build you up at the extent.
I'm not going to hold you up. Okay.
Thank you. I'm not going to hold you up, and I'm not going to build you up at the extent of myself. I'm not going to ever put somebody before me. And that is what women who are natural nurturers have to understand. You are first. If you have to take from your rib to somebody else, it's not worth it.
At all.
That's not what love is. Love is not suffering and sacrifice. Love don't feel like that.
At all. At all.
We have to unlearn that programming. We have to unlearn that shit.
Absolutely. And really dig down to realize and see where did that come from?
Oh, conditioning like a motherfucker. I'm telling you, I've seen it and watched it all of my life. I have been conditioned that a woman endures, that a woman stays, that a woman puts up with, that you're not as much as a woman if you don't have a man. So all of these things settled into my DNA, into my psyche of what I saw about myself when I became a woman and attached myself to a man. And I stayed because I told myself it was better to have somebody than it was to have myself.
Yep. Yeah. Girl.
Child, not no more. I'm good. I love every piece of me, big toe all the way up to the top of my head, under this wig. I love every piece of me enough to choose me before I choose anybody else.
Absolutely. And you know the crazy thing about it now, and having conversation, because you can't really date in Rona time, but in having conversation, and after coming to that realization, now is when you say that to people, the first thing is, oh, you selfish.
Hmm.
How is choosing yourself selfish? How is saying, being clear that this is what I want, this is what I don't want, selfish? Oh, you don't want to compromise. There's a difference between compromising and sacrificing.
Hello.
And there's a amount of sacrificing I am not willing to
do. Hello.
Period.
End of discussion.
They'll sit here and try to make you feel so small, like you don't know what you're talking about, and no, you ain't ready to commit. And no, my baby, clearly what you're saying shows that you're not ready, because you understand that you need to, like you said, be whole to be with somebody. I'm not here to complete you, and you are not here to complete me. We need to be two individuals and have a whole ass relationship. That's one.
Thank you.
And two is it, and being whole means that you are supposed to choose you. That doesn't mean that you're selfish. Right? Because the more you choose you, the more I'm going to want to choose you.
Hello.
Right?
I don't even understand how people don't understand that correlation.
They don't understand. They think it means selfish. No, it's not. Because the more you're doing for you, the more I'm going to do for me, the more we're doing for us.
Thank you.
Okay.
I don't understand how they don't connect the dots on that.
And what they don't understand is compromise and sacrifice is not the same. The more I sacrifice, the more I will resent you.
Hello.
The more, though, however, the more I compromise means I'm choosing you and I will not resent you, right?
Thank you.
I'm choosing you and I'm choosing us. Doesn't mean I'm losing me. It's saying it's the ability to see a bigger picture, right? The ability that you are giving and I'm giving, and therefore this is what we're going to give to each other. Sacrifice means I'm just giving you and I'm not getting.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm. And there's no reciprocity. There's no exchange and no reciprocity in sacrifice.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're right. Compromise is totally different than sacrifice. I'm able to compromise. I'm able to bend to somebody else. I'm able to meet somebody in the middle. I'm able to even fall back and let somebody step up if that's what is necessary in the moment. But what I cannot do is give myself away, pieces of me. There's a quote Maya Angelou said, I'm going to kill the quote. I'm not, I'm paraphrasing. But she said she was with a man and he would do little subtle things. He wasn't an abuser. He didn't hit her. He didn't, he didn't cuss. He wasn't a drunkard. But he'd say little things. He criticized her and say little things over time. And she let him go. She ended it and she said, you know what? The things that you do is like plucking a hair, one hair out of my head at a time. She said, and if I sit here and let you pluck me bald, what do I have left? And so when you sacrifice over time, you think of yourself as plucking the hair out your head. You can't grow it back. You can't get it back when you give yourself away.
Absolutely.
And I woke up one day not knowing who and what the hell I was who.
Oh my God.
And I had people say to me, I had my best friend. I've known this woman over 20 plus years. We went to middle school together. And I told her some of the things that I had experienced in the relationship. You know how you purge and you talk about your ex and you just get it all out there.
Yeah.
Because nobody tell the whole story. Nobody tell their whole tea.
Not during.
Okay, people.
Yeah.
Not during. You got to put up appearances. So when they saw us, we lived together. I played house. I played pseudo mom to his child. I did all of that. And I'm telling you, sacrifice, girl. If I went there with you on the things that I let go.
Yeah.
And I told her some things and she said, I don't even know you. I don't know you to be that person. And I said, shit, I don't know me either.
Girl.
I lost myself. Totally lost myself.
I completely
in this illusion of what I thought I was building, because I was going to build this life with this man. And I saw him for who he was. I saw everything. I saw the drug abuse and use. I saw the unstable moods and untreated and undiagnosable mental health disorders. I saw the childhood trauma that showed up. I saw the manipulation. I saw the selfishness. Damn sure the lying and the cheating was openly. That it wasn't even, on the I took it all and I was like, who am I?
Girl.
Because I preach this shit in the world. People see this version of Ayanna and I say all these things and uplift my sisters, and here I am in the thick of it, in the thick of shit that I would tell somebody else never to be in.
Yep. Woo, child. Your story is my story. We've talked about some
Right?
things. I already know. We had very similar situations, except your situation was longer than mine. Mine was 5 years. No, 4+ years
Sure.
ago. And yours was
That's too long.
entirely too fucking long. But
Too long.
yeah, when I say I've lost myself and I never want to do that shit again, I'm protecting her by any means necessary. And people don't understand that fever. And, you know, and that was a thing that my last ex, he is leaps and bounds better and different than that ex. Okay. And so I don't want to paint a picture that he was that person at all. However, you know, we all come with our shit. You know, we all come with our mindset of relationships are supposed to be. And he had his, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is I was very adamant, you know, with him in meeting him and being clear. This woman that is before you, I worked hard for her, right? And there are things that I am not willing to do to lose her for someone else.
Hello.
Right? And what I want you to do is not to buckle underneath me. I want you to build yourself to meet this woman exactly where she at.
Thank you.
And you know, and I think that, again, of course, while you in it, it's hard to process and understand it. But since we've broken up, we've had conversations, and not on some I'm trying to get back with you type shit, because he understands where I'm at. But it's like, you know what, in being reflective, in dealing and really meditating and processing, because he is that type of person to do it. It's just that when we were together, he had a lot of shit going on too. You know what I'm saying? But now that he has this time apart, and when you're not thinking about nobody else's feelings and emotions and whatever, he's able to go, wow, like, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see what you've been trying to say, you know? And he's taking those steps for himself. You know what I'm saying? And that is what, and I said, that's all I want. Like, that literally is all I want.
Choose you. You wanted him to choose himself.
Right. Don't use me as a crutch.
I get it, sis.
It's a red flag for me. I used to be in those type of relationships. I used to be that person. And so it's okay for me to see it in people now. And I'm not going to sit here and run from you. I'm going to be like, hey, knock, knock. I think maybe you should pay attention to this, right? And not even a minute. And once I really see that you're not serious about taking care of yourself, if you don't take good care of yourself, how are you going to take care of me?
Hello.
I got to go. Hello. That's not selfish. That's self-preservation. You understand?
Thank you. That's saving your own. Girl, listen. You know, one word I vowed not to say anymore when it comes to the opposite sex and it comes to relationship. At least. I'm noticing a pattern of at least. And I'm really going back and thinking, and I intend to write a memoir eventually about relationships and my journey dealing with some men folk. I plan to write that, but I'm going back and I'm meditating on things that I've told myself, untruths that I've told myself. And something that always rang true was, well, at least he don't. Or at least he has. Or at least we could. It was always this, not enough, but at least it ain't. And I'm like, do I believe that I only deserve the least? Because that's what I'm telling myself. Like the ex before this present one, good guy, you know, these men, and I want to, you know, preface by saying they're not like the worst people in the world. They were not for me, and did not do right by me and with me, but they were not monsters. You know, they were broken men. And the ex before him, I was young. This is fresh out of college, 2008. I'm 21. And I had this looping story in my head. My best friend and my mother had told me, you need to stop being mean to dudes. You need to stop shutting dudes down. Like, you're going to be by yourself. And I had that shit looping in my head. You're going to be by yourself. You got to be nicer. You got to be, ain't nobody perfect, Ayanna. You got to give somebody a chance.
I've been.
Okay? You done heard that. Ain't nobody perfect. You got to give people a chance. You ain't perfect. You got shit with you. I'm telling you, this is what was told to me. And it just, you realize he wasn't about shit. Locked up. And I am just fresh out of graduating college. This man barely got out of high school. No comparison, because that's fine. You ain't got to go to college. You don't need a degree to be with me. I'm not comparing our education. But what are you about? He ain't had no job. He ain't had no ambition. He ain't want to do shit but fuck, sleep, and eat. That's it. That's it. And I said, okay, let me attach myself to him because maybe I'm an example. Here I am working 3 jobs in grad school, getting another degree. Maybe he's going to see my hustle and tap into his hustle. Oh, babe, I want to do real estate. I buy him the real estate books off the infomercial. Oh, babe, I filled out job applications. I would have pissed in a cup for him to get the job application. You understand what I'm saying? I'm doing all the work and he's doing nothing. But at least he don't cheat. At least he always up under me. Of course he up under me. It's more comfortable to be in my brownstone than your projects in Red Hook. Of course he here. He don't want to be in his grandma's house. My shit comfortable. And I'm telling myself at least finally that relationship ended 2.5 years later after some craziness. And then I met my next ex, who was the dude I backslid with. And I'm like, at least he got a job. At least he got some ambition. He's different than my ex. And I kept telling myself this, at least, knowing at least isn't good enough. Why do I keep giving myself not good enough? And so I had to check myself. There's nobody I can be more angry with than what I experienced in love than myself, because I allowed myself to be in those situations. And I need to work on self in order for me to be the man I'm supposed to be with.
Absolutely.
It's self. Ask for is what we get. You've got to be very clear of what you're asking for and your intention, what you're manifesting in your life. I am willing to wait. I am willing to wait.
Yep. Absolutely.
Girl, it's real out here. This is a sermon, honey. We should have did this tomorrow on a Sunday, because this is a word. This is a word. We need to pass the collection plate around for this word.
Girl, listen, I usually ask at the end of this, at the end of the sessions, what gem you want to drop for the listeners, a lesson, just what takeaway you want to get to the listener. But I feel this whole thing was a takeaway, so I don't even know how you
all of it. Take it all the way. Choose you. To the sisters out there, to the brothers out there.
Yep.
Anybody out there, choose you first. You are your most important relationship. You and your relationship with whatever creator you believe in, if you believe, is the most important relationship you can work on. And when you increase that, when you do that better, then you will get the love you deserve, and that will honor that person that you love. Choose you.
Absolutely.
That's it. And that backsliding don't count in the Rona. This shit is off the record. When I leave, that didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Okay?
That didn't happen. Never happened.
Exes don't count as your body count. That's like, it don't count. My number is still good. It don't count.
You a mess.
That shit is not on the record. It's not on the permanent record.
Girl. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, baby. You know I love you with my whole heart, girl. I enjoyed myself.
I can't wait to release this episode. I know people are going to love it. I just know it. And people are going to resonate. Thank you so much. Be safe out here. No more backsliding.
Yes. No more backsliding. I'm good till like July. I'm going to call somebody in July. I can wait till July. I love you, boo. I love you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Have a great one.
Bye, baby.
Bye.
On today's Connection Corner, I read you a post from a Facebook group that I'm a part of. It reads, "We all come to the age where we are too old to be playing games, too old to just be talking to someone, too old to be jumping from one person to another, too old to be waiting for that text or call first. At this age, stability, consistency, respect, and loyalty are qualities you should be seeking in one another. Find someone you can build with, not someone you can sleep with." Thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of the Oasis podcast. I hope you were able to find something that resonated with you on your journey. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode, and like us on Instagram at the Oasis podcast. If you have any questions or comments, direct message us on Instagram or email us at ajaysoasis@gmail.com. Again, that's AAYJAYSOASIS@gmail.com.